Hey, folks, happy Wednesday. Welcome to Advisory. Hope you're all doing well. Before we get into our advisory topic today, I haven't seen you in a few days, and so we've got a lot of announcements that have built up. First of all, we can't go a single minute without acknowledging the massive victory that happened last night. I'm talking a win of historical proportions. It's the type of victory this country has hardly ever seen. And as we all know, of course, I am talking about our varsity volleyball team. What's that? No, I was just talking about the volleyball game. What did you think? That's right. Our volleyball team pulled off an historic victory last night. It's the first time that our volleyball team has won in the playoffs. They saw West Mesquite and they said, "Sorry, West Mesquite, but there can only be one burnt orange, and that is the WT White Longhorns." So congratulate these gals if you see them in the hallway. They are moving on to round 2, and we wish them all the best. Next announcement is this Saturday, the WT White Boys soccer program is hosting another futsal tournament. It went really well last time. I'll show you some footage here in a minute. But if you would like to participate in the futsal tournament, you have to register as quickly as you can. You pay at the door with card or cash. But if you're planning on playing, they need you to fill out this form as soon as possible so they know what to expect. Here are the expectations. Don't bring any outside food or drinks. The clear bag policy is still in effect since it's happening here on school grounds. You can have a maximum of 5 players on a team, and they will be disqualified if there's more than 5 people on the team. And then only 1 team per group will qualify for the finals. If you would like to play in this Saturday's tournament, you can either scan one of these QR codes or go to this link right here, bit.ly/futsal 119 for November 9th. And it'll look a little something like this: your first and last name, your student ID. If you are a free agent or if you're playing by yourself, you click yes. If you are on a team, then you need to list the name of your team. And of course, team names must be school appropriate. So make sure you sign up for that. Here is some footage from the last futsal tournament they had. The next announcement is that we are starting a new club on campus, and it's called the Advisory Student Correspondent Club. The best reviews or feedback from videos that I've ever gotten are always about the videos that involve these kinds of things, where it's like students going out to talk to students and teachers, on the ground reporting, getting the scoop on what's what here at WT White and how people feel. Well, we are going to formalize that into an actual club of student correspondents that go out and do these interviews and film these things. To tell you more about that, here is one of our founding members, Maite, to give you some details. And don't be scared. She filmed this on Halloween.
For our first announcement, we want to say that next week on Wednesday, we will be starting our advisory student corresponding club every Wednesday from 4:30 to 5 in Mr. Hall's room in H300. So if you'd like to join, please come up to Mr. Hall, me or Christine, either one of us three, and we'll help you join.
So if that is interesting to you, if you want to work with advisory, if you want to do some specific reporting or some specific questions in your interviews, if you would like to learn more about video making and video editing, this is the club for you. We meet every Wednesday afternoon from 4:30 to 5. If you're interested, please fill this form out. It's also under the advisory tab of Longhorn Country. Make sure the capitals and the lowercase letters match this bit.ly to get to the link. But I'm very excited to see where this club can go and what we can do, and so join us if you would. My last announcement today is about the blood drive that is happening on Friday. For more on this, I'm going to go to my student correspondent, Maite, aka Jigsaw.
For another announcements, we have our blood drive. Our blood drive starts on November 8th. For the signups, it's going to be from November 1st to November 7th, all at lunches. Some of the requirements for this: you must be at least 16 years old, weight 110 or more, be in good health. Parental consent is required for donors under the age of 17. Bring your photo ID. You can donate with a tattoo or piercing if done by a licensed Texas facility. And also, please make sure to eat a good meal and drink at least 16 ounces of water before you get your blood drawn. Longhorn Pride.
All right, so make sure you sign up at lunches to give blood on Friday. Make sure you eat a good meal, and your blood will go to a worthy cause to medical patients that need it. Okay, those are my announcements. As you may have heard, last night we held an election in our country, and all signs lead to the fact that we have elected a new president in this country. There are lots of emotions and lots of feelings on either side, on any side that you fall on lots of different issues. And we're not here to talk about that today. I do want to talk about it and have you discuss it, however, because next time we have a presidential election will be in 4 years, and most, if not all of you, will be of age to cast your own vote. And one of the most important things to maintaining a democracy like America is to have a group of voters that is informed and that knows what's going on and that participates in the process. So it may not be a big deal to you now, or you may not know much about it or care much about it, but by the time you become a voter, there are several things that you need to understand. So with that in mind, I'm going to have you watch the next 2 very short videos. This first one is about the Electoral College. Every 4 years, there's a lot of confusion about the Electoral College and what it is, what function it serves, and how it works. And this will hopefully clear up some of that. And it's important to know on these big national stages what is happening, but it's also very important to not just wait every 4 years until one team wins or one team loses to participate in the political space in our country. Every 2 years, for instance, there's an election in the House and the Senate, and there are also several elections between each presidential election that have things about your specific city or state that you're in. And I feel like it's important to know that while, yes, there is this big national thing going on, and it feels like it's maybe out of our control or we have certain emotions tied to it, there is also another very important thing to think about is how you are active in your own community. Outside of the big national stuff, how are you creating positive change within your neighborhood, within your community, within your city, within your state? And that is a little bit of what this next video covers. It's about grassroots organizing, and it features this person, Dolores Huerta, who we've actually talked about earlier this year during Hispanic Heritage Month. She is a legend in the community organizing space and talks to us a little bit about how to participate on this smaller scale and why it is so important to participate at this scale to create positive change in your immediate environment. But overall, I know that this is a very stressful time whenever it comes around every 4 years. There's a lot of emotions that people have, there's a lot of strong feelings, and all of those feelings are valid. But I always want to draw us back to the reminder of the fact that we live in a community with the people that are right next to us. Our neighbors that live next to us, our fellow students, our teachers, the community that we have here at school. That's why I always say, be good to yourself and others. When things feel crazy or out of my control, I always go back to this idea that I say at the end of every video, which is to be good to yourself and be good to others. No matter what happens outside of our control or on a grander scale than what we can understand, we know that if we are good to ourselves, it helps us to be good to others. And if everybody is good to themselves and others, then we will take care of each other and we'll get through anything that life throws at us. So enjoy those couple of videos and the short discussion afterwards. As always, be good to yourself and others, and I will see you tomorrow.